The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, along with Amazon, Apple, Audible, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful singer, songwriter, dancer, and entrepreneur who's been featured on the indie charts, Spotify, R&B slow jams. Also, she was in a little bit of Stranger Things. She's from Providence, Rhode Island, a very wonderful area, especially at this time of year. She started writing music at the age of 17, wrote some jingles at 18, and afterwards, she made the second round on The Voice at the age of 19. She's also been, doing some backup dancing. She's got some backup dancers herself. She's got some, big hits out there. And we'll be playing one in just a few moments here. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Providence, Rhode Island, ladies and gentlemen, multi-talented singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur, the very uniquely talented Olivia King. Olivia, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Wow, what an intro. Thank you.
Well, you're very high anticipated, so I'm so looking forward to having you on as well, too. Oh, I mean, Providence is just beautiful at this time of year, and I've talked to some people. And you're a singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur, and you got started at a pretty good age. You've got some songs out, which is There For You, Keys, and NBD, Love the Way You Love, and we'll be playing one of your tunes in, sometime during the show. And you're featured on the indie charts, Spotify, R&B slow jams, and you also had got involved with Stranger Things, and you basically just did some amazing things starting at 17 and up. And before we get into more of that, tell us how you first got started.
Yeah, so I first started taking it really seriously just about 3 years ago. I had been working with a bunch of different companies, different kind of manager type people, and nothing really seemed to work out. And it was kind of the last straw in 2017. I was working with this company, about to sign with them officially, and then things all fell through. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go gung-ho independent, do this myself, and that's what I did. I really kind of put the pedal to the metal and did everything myself, and it's been working for me. So really started taking it seriously in 2017, but of course have done music for the past 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing today?
I mean, it was probably that moment when I kind of got screwed over in 2017 to really kind of give me a kick in the butt to be like, hey, you can do this on your own. That was probably the moment that I had kind of the biggest aha moment of my career. Like, hey, I can do this independent. I always had this stigma associated with being independent as it being something bad, but people have shown in the past few years that it might only be independent from now on. It's hard, for major labels to keep going with social media and all these digital streaming platforms that anyone can put their music on nowadays. So I've been really fortunate to kind of come into the industry when I did, because I can do this all myself.
Mm-hmm. And also you had some singles out there too. And who are some other favorite artists, singers, musicians, and everything else growing up? I mean, you started getting serious at 16, 17. And who are some of your favorite performers growing up even before that?
Yeah, my mom always played really soulful music in our house, so we were always listening to Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, Lauryn Hill, all very soulful music. And when she kind of realized that I was into that music as well, and that's the kind of stuff I enjoyed singing most, she was always the one helping me with talent shows and auditions of like, hey, I went on YouTube, I found all these songs, let me know which ones you like the best. So she was definitely a big influence on me with who I kind of went with musically for mentors and icons ahead of me. So, I mean, all those really soulful artists, especially Lauryn Hill, that kind of my main one that I look up to.
Mm-hmm. And you also started writing music when you're at 17. You did a jingle in San Francisco at 18, and you also made the second round on The Voice when you were 19. And tell us about starting about writing music at 17, what got you started, and also writing a jingle for Kudos Training Company in San Francisco at 18, and made it to the second round of The Voice at 19. So it looks like you got off to a pretty good start. Tell us more about those.
Yeah, I guess you would say so. So yeah, I started writing music around 17 years old. I really started taking that seriously once I got into college. I've been drinking and smoking and party, and now make myself sound like a loser. But I didn't. Like, I really just enjoyed being in my dorm writing music, and so that's what I did. I wrote as much music as possible, and then was able to write a jingle, which is definitely something a little bit different, taking different aspects of a company and putting it into a song. But that was super cool. And then when I was in college, that's when I also auditioned for The Voice and made it through a couple rounds there. out of any TV show I've auditioned for, I would definitely say The Voice is the most legit. If there are any other artists out there listening and are interested in that, The Voice really takes it seriously, and they want artists that are true artists. I don't want to slam American Idol, but I had auditioned for them when I was 16, and I was just seeing the types of people who were making it through and who they were turning away, and I was like, oh, I'm screwed. The guy with the Burger King crown and the tutu just went, and he was awful, and they told him that he was in. I was like, oh, no.
Make sure Simon isn't listening on this one here. So
yeah, but I mean, you got to definitely have the entertainment on TV, so I understand that. But The Voice is they're really focused on people who are serious, and they even say that to you prior to, like, hey, if you're not serious, don't come.
Exactly, yeah. And I think you really made a point. And now, when you wrote a jingle for the Kudos Trading Company in San Francisco, and how did that come about?
Yeah, so that was actually a business that was kind of within the family, and so that was pretty cool. And then kind of a couple of years after that, I also you had mentioned the Stranger Things song that I had written. It was actually for the kid. His name is Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things, and a producer I worked with had reached out to me and said, hey, this kid from Stranger Things needs a song yesterday. I was like, oh, awesome.
Oh, wow.
And so I said, all right, what's it need to be about? And he just said to look at the hashtags in his Instagram bio. I was like, that's all you're giving me? So I saw the hashtags, be your biggest fan and embrace your faith. So I was like, all right, this must have to do with some sort of self-esteem. And that's what I did. I ended up writing it in like 30 minutes, recorded it in my home studio, just kind of as a demo. And I think I recorded it on a Thursday or Friday. And then that following Monday, the producer was like, hey, he picked it up and he's posting it today. I'm like, that was just a demo.
Wow.
Nothing. So I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, he likes it the way it is, and he's going to use it for all of his social media campaigns. I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing. And we thought it was going to be about stalking. That is Stranger Things.
Yeah, so that was a pretty cool opportunity that I had.
And that's a very good opportunity. We'll talk about your songs in just a minute, but first listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, and Apple as well. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur, Olivia King, here on The Mike Wagner Show. And she's got some songs out there on Spotify, which is Love the Way You Love, Sugar High, Take a Shot, and Never Thought. And tell us about those songs.
Yeah, I mean, those are just a few of the many. A big thing that I have kind of made my goal is to be as consistent as possible. So when I started releasing original music in 2017, I tried to release a song just about every month or two max. So I've actually released quite the amount of singles in the past few years, but those that you listed are definitely some of my more recent ones, and some that I think all that you mentioned were actually songs that I had written during quarantine. So it was definitely a different experience writing with everything going on in the world. And my music this year is a lot different than any other music that I've put out so far. And I wanted it to be that way, to really reflect on everything that's going on in the world in 2020. I wanted it to be stuff that's currently going on and things that I'm currently going through and feeling. And it seems like people are connecting with my music more than ever. And I think that's why. It's because we're all in this together, and music is, I'm lucky to have that as an outlet and a form of therapy for me. So if I can help other people through this time, it's all worth it.
And what else do you base your lyrics on, most of your songs?
Yeah. For this year, I really focused. I have one song called With a Little Bit of Love that I wrote a few months ago and released a couple months ago. And it's all about the Black Lives Matter movement. Then I have my song Take a Shot, which is not about drinking. It's actually kind of about the shots that your anxiety throws at you. So that one's all about the anxieties of the world and things that I was feeling in the beginning of quarantine. So a lot of my music this year is about all of my feelings on everything that's kind of going on in the world. In the past, I've written about past relationships and love and boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, people who screwed me over. But this year was really all about kind of honing in on my feelings of everything that's going on in the world.
When you mentioned about taking a shot not being about drinking, I was just going to pull out a thing of Jack Daniels and a Chaser Budweiser, but then when you said it was not that, I was like, I had to put it back. So I'm glad I'm actually glad you told me about that. And we're going to play your song With a Little Bit of Love in just a minute here. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms, including Amazon, Audible, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here, singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur Olivia King here on the Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here's one of her songs from her Spotify collection. Here's With a Little Bit of Love, Olivia King, right here on the Mike Wagner Show.
Clouds are rolling in, but I've changed up my ways. After rain, you get a rainbow. Would you look at that? Yeah. As I get older, I see what matters. It don't take much. You can grow through what you go through. Before we get up, we can change up our life with a little dose of sunshine. All the things money can't buy. We can change the world just a little bit. Everything we want, we can get. We can change the world with a little bit of love. Everything I wanna do, I can do. Put your mind to work, yeah, it's up to you. We can change the world with a little bit of love. Count my blessings, 1, 2, 3, yes, help me outweigh the negativity that creeps through my mind some days. As I get older, I see what matters. It don't take much. You can grow through what you go through. Before we get up, we can change up our life with a little
Olivia King with A Little Bit of Love. Great tune by the wonderful singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur from Providence, Rhode Island. Tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write it, Olivia.
Yeah, thanks so much for playing it. It's definitely a special song. Probably the most special one I wrote this year. I actually wrote all of the verses and was really struggling on the hook. And I had a writer friend of mine who I always send over my stuff to when I hit a little bit of a bump in the road, a little writer's block. And it's like, hey, this is the topic. I want it to be about kind of seeing the brighter side of things with everything crazy that's going on in the world. And he came up with the hook, we can change the world with a little bit of love. And I was like, oh, that was perfect. That's exactly what I needed. And, we wrote it just exactly what it sounds like. We can change the world with a little bit of love. I think with everything going on, whether it's the Black Lives Matter movement, COVID, a new president potentially, like there's just so many moving parts. And, there's a lot that can be said for just loving people. And that song has been really special. So actually with that song, a portion of the proceeds are going to this program that I found. I actually found them through TikTok, and I was really impressed with them and their efforts towards the Black Lives Matter movement. Their name is the Turning Leaf Project. And so a portion of the proceeds from that song are actually going to them. And then we designed a special edition King t-shirt, and all the proceeds from those went to them. So it was super successful, and it made me happy that I could really get involved and give back.
That is so amazing, Olivia. You're fantastic. And where can we find your music at?
Yeah, everything across the board is Olivia King, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, you name it, it's there. And all my social media is Olivia King Music, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, it's there.
That is fantastic. And also on your website too, and tell us where's your website at?
Yeah, my music website, just to kind of follow along with my whole journey, is oliviakingmusic.com.
That is fantastic. Once again, singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur Olivia King here on the Mike Wagner Show from Providence, Rhode Island. And we forgot to mention about the dancing part. You've been a dancer for quite some time, and tell us about that. And what are some of the projects you're involved in? And also, the COVID going on and everything. And what are some of the dancing projects you're involved with?
Yeah, so, I've been dancing since I was little, but a big part of my live show is dance. So I actually met most of my backup dancers in college, and they've kind of been riding with me since then with all of our live performances. So that's definitely been put on a hold right now, but definitely dance is a big part of not only my live shows, but a lot of my music videos. So I'm excited to get back into that.
Mm-hmm. At least you can dance in your living room like most performers do. They can sing, play, living room, and everything like that. So you do have a place at least. So.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we can call it that. And there's a lot of dancing going on TikTok, so I'll put my efforts there. Right.
And lastly, you're also the founder and CEO of Make Music Moves. The online course teaches independent artists to be successful in the industry. Tell us more about that and what inspired you to become that.
Yeah, I started that a couple of years ago, and I never had any sort of a mentor really in the industry. I just recently got a manager, and I've really done everything myself and gained a lot of knowledge along the way. So I was like, you know what, if I can be that sort of mentor to artists, even if it's just a couple of them, it's worth it to me. And we had a really good response to it, and enrollment will be open soon again, but it's something that I definitely take pride in because I know how hard this industry can be. So if I can kind of navigate the waters for people first and tell them what's worked for me and what hasn't worked, that's important to me.
That is very important. And where can we find your music courses at?
Yep, it's makemusicmoves.com.
Makemusic.moves.com. Once again, we're with Olivia King here on the Mike Wagner Show. A very big thank you for your time. We have a couple of minutes here. And what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Olivia?
Wow. Well, I actually just released a new single called Old Soul. And then to finish out 2020, I have that single. And then I always like to do a holiday release. So I'll have a holiday release coming out in November. And then hopefully in 2021, I'd like to release my first EP. That's something that I've been working on all of quarantine. And it's something that I feel like my supporters would really enjoy, and so I'm excited to release that in 2021.
And we're so looking forward to it as well. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, Olivia?
Ooh, tough one. I guess I would probably have to go back to Lauryn Hill if we're talking other artists here. She's just the epitome of cool. She raps, she sings, she writes. She's an icon. She's someone I've always looked up to.
And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Ooh, for other artists, are you talking?
Yes. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Yeah, I would say consistency. It doesn't even matter if you're a musician or not. I think being consistent with your work is so important, and that's something that I live by, whether it's releasing music monthly, posting on my social media daily, posting on my stories hourly. Like it's very important to me to stay consistent, especially in the world we live in. People kind of move on to the next thing within minutes. And so if you're constantly on top of your game and at the top of their mind, that's so important, no matter if you're a musician or in another field. I think consistency is key.
And that's very important, too. Once again, singer, songwriter, dancer, entrepreneur, Olivia King from Providence, Rhode Island, here on the Mike Wagner Show. A very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again. You can find me across the board on social media, Olivia King Music. Search Olivia King on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, you name it. You can find me there. My latest single is called Old Soul, so definitely check that out.
We will do so. Once again, Olivia, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. And do us a favor, please keep in touch. We'd love to have you back.
Of course. Thank you again.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.